What's up, guys? Today is day 201 of Grinding Until I Become a Millionaire. Daily check-in videos where I talk about what I did for the day, what I'm doing to get closer to that goal of being a millionaire. I have a small social media agency, I guess. I thought, it's funny, at one point a month ago, I was this close to trying to expand and do Facebook ads and do social media and do websites and do SEO and do a full service agency. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I was like, I can figure it out and then be a full agency, right? And then I talked to a few people who had tried that and gone back and forth. And then I also thought about it more. I was like, that's a terrible idea. I think if I just really zoned in on the organic social media, which is what my business does, which is what I'm good at, things will be a lot better. And so anyway, I've toned that back a little bit, and that's what I'm focusing on. And it's funny because I'm listening to this book called Traction, which has been in my in my want list on Apple Books forever, but then I never actually bought it. It was there, but never bought it, right? And then finally I did. It's kind of boring, but one point really stood out to me today, and it said, one, come up with your system, your process, whatever your business's process is, and list that out into steps so that you can have a good presentation on it. I'm like, okay, good. And I did that. Talking to my dog. She's like, where's she at? Oh, she's there, laying down. She's so cute. She's my audience when I decide to pretend like I'm doing a seminar or a webinar or some shit like that. It's kind of funny. She's tired of me. But I went through and did my process, right? And that was helpful. And then it's like, narrow down on your customer. And I think about this guy who does Facebook ads. He's in the same circles as me, kind of. We've never really ran into each other, but we've talked a couple times. I wanted to do a one-on-one with him, and we're both really good at what we do. I think he's been doing it longer, and he's really good at what he does, and he does ads, okay? And he's good at promoting himself. He's really doing a good job. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, his big focus with his ads with what he does is he helps HVAC companies. I talked to somebody else who does ads. He helps garage door companies, right? So they're very niche down. And I hate the idea of niching down so much, and especially because my business is for this area. And maybe that's a good point. I need to play on that better. So he can take on HVAC clients, so to speak, across the US, right? So he can have one in Phoenix, one in Tucson, one in Denver, one in New Hampshire, I don't know, one in San Antonio, because they're not competing. But if I did HVAC, Phoenix HVAC, then I'm working with everyone that's competing against each other, and that doesn't work. So it's hard to narrow down. But I've narrowed down to Phoenix at least, and I help Phoenix business owners. The difference is the business owners want somebody who understands their business. They want somebody who can say, hey, I have this HVAC company that got a lot of success doing X, Y, and Z. So now I'm going to do X, Y, and Z for you because you guys aren't competing. That whole process, that works very well. And if I say, oh yeah, I help Phoenix business owners, it still doesn't narrow it down enough. So I need to really figure that out. And that's something I think that's holding me back. If I can figure out what that looks like, break through that, maybe it is going more broad and picking a specific niche to service. I'm not sure. I don't like that, but maybe that's the better way to do it. I don't think so. I think there's a franchise model that I've been thinking about with what I'm doing, or a licensing model that could be very lucrative and effective if I can figure out how to master the local part of it. So anyway, I wanted to just throw that out there. I was thinking on it, I don't niche down enough. And so, at one point I was like, yeah, I work with Phoenix businesses on social media. And then I was like, oh, I could work with Phoenix businesses on everything. I was like, no, bad idea. And the analogy in that book was like, okay, well, if you chase two rabbits, you end up with neither. And I'm like, damn, that's good. So that helped me double down, just social media. I got to change some shit that I changed on the website, change the copy, but I did that, and then tweaked that, messed around with that from the book. But what I'm currently working on, so the social media thing is around 10K a month. I'm not keeping all of that. Obviously, I have a lot of editing expenses going out and software expenses and shit like that. And yeah, so anyway, but that's where it's at coming in, and that's a good number. I want to get to 20. 20 is the goal, and keep those expenses around the same. So what I need to do is I need to sell higher ticket service Same service, higher ticket. I need to bump that up. And I just made a little Facebook ad, and it's going to be running 20 bucks a day, 600 a month. I guess we'll figure out how to afford that, but I can't do 5 a day. I've got an ad going right now where it's just a likes campaign to grow the page. I've spent $191 on that. In total, I've gotten almost 200 likes on the Facebook page. So it's working, $1 a like about. And I guess that's fine, just so it's passively growing the page. But now I'll be doing 20 bucks a day to collect leads. And it says I should get a few leads a day. So that's actually good, because even if one a month turns into a customer, like that ad way pays for itself, way pays for itself. And I created an online course to sell the system that I do for businesses. So this is something that I've been 2-3 days ago, I just spent literally the whole day filming the videos for this and banging those out, getting them in. It's about 75% done. I have a few more I need to do. But what I did is, one thing I run into is when I talk to people, I'm like, yeah, I'll do this for you, this. It's a done for you service. You just hire me, it's freaking done for you. And then they're like, oh, that's expensive. And it's like, okay, well, here's a good idea. I can let you do all of that for super cheap. You just buy the course, right? So now I'm twisting it that way, and maybe I'll still give them access to the posting software that I use, to editing tools or whatever. I'll figure something like that out. That would actually be really cool if I had a big fuck, that's a good idea. If I didn't have just one editor and I used an editing service and I paid them $4,000 or $5,000 a month for X amount of videos, that's something I could offer to people in the course for a couple $100 a month. It's like, yeah, you use this service, you get that in the course edited instead of selling the course as a one-time thing, which I've gone back and forth on. Actually, that's a really good idea. But I'm not at that point. See, that's the thing. It's like, I need to be at 30 grand, 40 grand a month before I could justify 5 grand a month on the editing, I think. Yeah, I'll just do numbers real quick. That could work really good at 20K. No, 40K. But anyway, one thing I run into is they're like, oh, that's too much. So then I want to have price. They either qualify for that or they don't qualify, and then I downsell them. So that would be the downsell. So then in the ad, it's an application ad through the Facebook form, but essentially it's like, one, do you have a business in Phoenix? No. Okay, it doesn't work. 2, I ask them how many employees they have and their marketing budget. And if it's just them, now I think about it, most of the businesses who can afford me, they do have some employees. The ones that are legacy, the first few that I took on at a super low price, it's just them. So qualifying them, that's how I'm qualifying them, how many employees they have, and then their marketing budget gives me something to speak to. But anyway, if they say it's just them, then it's going to send them to the page with the course. And now that's something I can do in meetings. It's like, hey, you know, what is it, the price? And they're like, yeah, it's the price. I'm like, okay, well, look, you can join this. It's a lot cheaper. You can learn how to do it yourself. I'll hold your hand through the process, boom, boom, boom. And then I can still help these local business owners and add more tools to that. So that's one of the goals. But anyway, created the ad. The ad is pending right now while it gets approved. And I think it's a freaking good ad. I think it's a really good ad. Yeah, it is a good ad. I'm telling you guys, it's solid. And the other thing I've done today is consciously take less appointments and not try to schedule things. Like if I was on my to-do list just going through things, and it's like, follow up with this person, set up this meeting, follow up with all of that. And I'm like, God damn, I did follow up with some of them, but some of them I'm like, hey, I know I told you I'd send you a link so we could sit down and meet. I'm like, it's just not a good time right now. I'll reach out when it's a better time. I don't think it's me being lazy, but these last 2 days of not really doing a lot has given me the time that I need to focus on growing the business. I get so caught up the last couple weeks, like meetings all the time, events all the time, all of that. It was just, it drains me. And when I think about it, I don't know that I got that much from it. So I'd like to be a lot more selective with my time. Hey, come here. She's been like almost crawling through that hole. Come on. Let's go. This door keeps popping open. Anyway, I got to be a lot more selective with my time. And so when I think about it, I need to be spending my time creating content, pushing people to book a discovery call, taking those discovery calls, pushing people from that to book a strategy session, and then from the strategy session, closing them. Instead of, it's just like, yeah, I'll do this, I'll meet with this person, I'll do this, and I'll squeeze whatever in. And I'm gonna try this month no longer doing that. Setting my prices, holding firm on my prices, having this system, having these results, and focusing on creating the content and building the brand so that people want to work with me. It's going to be a lot of work, but as long as nobody cancels on me, I should be okay. I should be able to pay my bills and everything at that holding firm. And if I get one client at that price point, we're good. We're good. Proof of concept's there, see how long they stay, evaluate the churn, figure out how I can do that better and get less of that. But anyway, it's been a lot. So completely blocked off today. My editor is amazing, kills it. Late the last 2 or 3 times, so we're gonna have to figure something out about that, because I tell my clients, hey, it'll be ready Tuesday. I need it to be ready Tuesday because now they're gonna be mad at me. But anyway, so tomorrow morning I'm gonna go film super early across town. I gotta drive really far, film for a client, do a networking event, and then a meeting, and then I guess that's it. Then one more meeting. I'm glad we moved that morning filming to the morning. Hopefully we'll get enough content from that. Friday's a little bit busy. I was gonna block out a bunch of time on Friday and Saturday to do podcasts with business owners over Riverside. I did one. I didn't really like it. I don't know. It's not fun. I don't care anymore. I don't care that much. Maybe I'll do a podcast in a studio with somebody else as a co-host, maybe. But I think that's a thing. It's more of a time drainer. I don't want to mess with it. So I'm gonna cancel that, cancel those appointments or those podcasts on Friday. But yeah, it's almost 10. I'm gonna try and go to bed early. I'm gonna run to the gym, work out, and then go to bed so that I can wake up, drive, leave here at 6:30. And yeah, that's the plan. So that's why I came up here to make this video real quick, and I'm gonna go work out. But this was day 201. Guys, it's like this every day. It's just shit piled on top of each other and me trying not to drown. I thought I was busy before. Now this is busy. I'm for real busy now, but it's fun. It's what I wanted, right? I wanted to make money. 10K was the goal in the last few videos, and now we're there. And now who am I to bitch about that? What the hell? Bitch and complain that it comes with it. Now, I've got to figure out how to do it better so I'm not drowning all the time. But I think I will. I think I'll get that figured out. So anyway, that's all I'm going to babble about. We'll see you guys tomorrow for day 203. Peace.